Hello boys and not boys, and welcome to the Crusader Returns playthrough. Now we're revisiting the Crusader playthrough. The last time we did this was very early on in the channel's history, and I didn't do the best of jobs with it. I didn't set it up very well, but we troubled on. But now we'll revisit it. Now I've already made our character. This is Jack Stamole. He is a Templar Grand Master who has snuck into Calradia with the objective of bringing this all under Templar control. So this will be a complete conquest playthrough, and you will notice that there are a lot more towns on this map than there normally are. I did try and get the Lemmy map working, it just would not cooperate. I was having crashes all over the place. It's not working. It's not worth the hassle that it would cause to try and use that map. So instead we are using Calradia Expanded. So we've got lots more towns, lots more castles. We've also got the ability to travel across water. So you'll see a lot of the towns now have ports and things on them. And we were able to leave from towns to other towns. So we can't just dip in and out from any shoreline, but we can go to any town that has a dock or port and travel to any other town that has a dock or port. So you can see here, we've got a brand new town here, Liberatis. Onika Castle's moved up a little bit. There's bridges where they weren't bridges before, specifically here. So that was just a stone pathway, but now there's a bridge. So you'll see the map has some changes to it, which is perfectly fine. It looks good to me. We have 4 new mods added and 1 taken away. So we've taken away the improved garrisons mod. So we will have to manage our garrisons a little bit more personally. But the reason we had to take that is because it doesn't clash with My Little Warband. So if you try and put My Little Warband and the garrisons mod at the same time, it just doesn't work. So we've added in cinematic combat, which basically adds kill moves into the combat. It also adds the opportunities for sort of flourishes when fighting 1v1, which is really good. I've been testing that for the last couple of days. It works perfectly well, and it does have some pretty cool stuff in it, so we're going to leave that in. We've got Calradia Expanded, obviously. We've got My Little Warband, which is not a mod I usually use, and Lady Crypto, you are absolutely correct. You can spend hours and hours and hours creating troop trees in this thing. It is very in-depth. It's got a lot of flexibility to it. And I hope you guys enjoy the troop tree that I've put together, because it did take me a while. And we've also got realistic weather. So, yeah, you'll see that once we start getting into battles and things, and I do think that's a great little add-on. I've also built a couple of tools for me to use during recording, so you'll have to let me know in the comments if you spot them as to what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. But yeah, with that, let's crack on. Let's get going. So, early doors, the first thing I need to do is replace my horse. Because as any of us know that's played this game for more than 10 minutes, we are always starting with a crappy horse. So I am going full knight for my main character. So you'll see that I've got points in my intelligence, because obviously this guy's going to be leading the kingdom. So we've got social and intelligence. We're going to be filling these roles ourselves. So we won't need a medic, we won't need a steward, and we won't need an engineer. We'll do that all ourselves. And then I'm going to go full vigor and endurance build. The cunning skills we will need to get filled, so specifically scouting will need to be done by somebody else. We don't have anything in athletics, unfortunately. The options for Valendian start are a bit sketchy. The intellect ones are really bad as well. I managed to scrounge an intellect point, but it is what it is. We've got some points in one-handed, some points in polearm. We've taken cavalry, so 2% damage with polearms or mounted. We'll need that. And then we've also taken charge, so plus 20% charge damage dealt. So that is a modifier to the charge damage dealt by your horse, which is here. So this horse, this summon horse, does 4 charge damage. When you start getting to war horses and things like that can go from 20 to 30 damage, which then add on to that the speed multiplier, add on to that the weight multiplier, and you can actually do a significant amount of damage just by charging into an opponent, which is what we're looking for. So we will get rid of that sumpter horse. In fact, no, we'll get rid of our civilian clothing. We will put this back eventually, but for now, we'll get rid of it. I prefer the sword to the mace. Just because of the reach. The length's only 56. I'd have to be quite close. That's almost double the length. And I would also like a shield. So if you could get a shield, that'd be great. These Templar pieces of equipment, for those that don't know, there's a couple of mods in my mod list. As always, the full mod list is in the description. So please go nuts. I will also drop into the members area on the Discord the full troop tree XML file, so you can use it yourself if you want. So might as well go for a Templar shield straight off the bat. That's good. I don't really want to spend too much because the main focus here is to get a horse. Rouncy. Yeah, charge damage 22 on that one. Charger, charge damage is 22. Charge damage is 26 on that one. Charge damage is 30 on that one. 32 on that one. Yeah, so as you can see, the charge damage goes up exponentially. And then the last riding perk, you get an extra point of damage for every perk above 250, I think. We'll have a check in a second. We'll just go for a Rouncy for now. I just want something quicker and more nimble than what I've got. We'll keep the Sumpter horse. Ooh, there's some nice stuff in here. I don't think we can do the old sheep and pig trick here. I think that's unique to the certain areas within Empire lands, but we can shoot over and see if we can pull a fast one. Poros is only around the corner. Okay, I lie. I lie like a cheap watch. It's not around the corner. Do we get troops here? Do we start building an army here? We don't really have the money to start building an army yet. What can we do to earn money? We can do tournaments, and that will actually give me a chance to show off. Yeah, look at this little outpost here. That's pretty cool. That's not there normally. I think we go Empire lands, we go tournaments. So we might as well head this way. Oh, one thing to keep in mind though, Kalradi Expanded does make, you'll probably notice, it's made these mountains a lot bigger. So these actually become impassable terrain. So it becomes a lot more difficult to get sort of, not so much there, but here, this area here, becomes a lot more difficult to get around because these are not normally impassable terrain, but they are now. So that's going to be more interesting once we get to that sort of side. I don't really know who I'm going to side with at the moment. We're just going to roll with the punches and see where we end up. What's my movement speed? 7. Yeah, nobody's catching me. As long as I don't do anything stupid, we shouldn't get caught. Lord, you look at that. There's a tournament there as well. Go to the arena. Imperial Mail Shoulders with Brown Wolf Pelt. Okay. At the moment, we're after cash. I'm not really after gear. If anything, I'd sell it and buy some cheaper equipment to replace it. Oh, this should be an easy dub. So we forego our... Ooh. That's cheeky. Sorry, mate. Yeah, we, in that situation, we don't bother with the throwing weapons. We just double up on the guy running across the field. Wherever possible, it's always better to get into situations where you're 2v1. Ah, I missed him. There's already a guy down. I have nothing in control, so saved his butt. I'm just going to aim center mass to see if I can... Ah, I missed him. Sorry, buddy. I tried to save you. That was a headshot. Damn it. I'm not sure if I got that last kill though. Oh, come on, I want the opportunity to show off this mod. It keeps me giving me rounds where I can't. There you go. Ow. Not sure where that arrow hit me, but it hurt. Alright, 1v1. We can do this. In fact, I shouldn't probably mess around because I'm wearing basically a potato sack. Whoop. Mercy kill. You be dead. See that cinematic combat? If you block at the exact time that the enemy is about to hit you, you get like a little cinematic and the opportunity to attack them back. It's a bit of a counter. So he blocked me and countered against me and then opened me up, spun me around and was able to hit me on the back. So the enemy can do it to me as well, which makes it a lot more interesting. Let's see how much this piece of kit's worth. This is not a piece of kit that exists in the normal game. It's from the open source armory, so they're not usually worth much. Yeah, it's not worth a hell of a lot. What have you got to offer? We could sell it and cover our hands and our head, which are currently naked, and still be quids up, which I think is what we do. So you can have that. Give me something to cover me noggin and my hands. Okay. Wasn't a terrible spot. Could do with grabbing... Oh, I forgot to spend my points. So, at present, we could definitely do with a couple of points in athletics. 1 point now. One-handed. Riding's fine. Stewardship will become more important later on, but for now it's okay. We're doing tournaments right now, as we always do at the start of pretty much every playthrough. It's important to get some quick cash together. One last focus point. I'll put that in riding, and then we've got 2 points to spend. So we'll pop that up, and we'll pop that up. There we go. Done. If I can get 10 infantry together. So this is the troop tree. I'll walk you through it. So everyone starts off at an acolyte. They have a spiked mace, a small heater shield, simple leather boots, and a Templar robe. And then when you can either go down the archer path or the infantry path. So the archer path, they become a scout. They pick up a sleeveless padded shortcoat, an iron arming sword, a lowland longbow, and lowland arrows, wrapped leather boots, guarded van braces, simple cape, and a laced coif. I've tried to keep everything in the tiers that they're in. So if it's a tier 2 troop, all their gear is tier 2. And I've tried not to go super OP pimp, make everything as strong as possible. Ranger, pretty much the same get up, apart from it's got improved hands and feet, improved head and neck. Narrow sword, which is a little bit better. Same bow and an extra set of arrows. And then the final iteration is the bowman, who has a ridge-tipped arming sword, a woodland yew-bow, which is the same bow as the Fian, 2 lots of bodkin arrows, and then just basically chainmail armor. And then on the infantry side, we've got the brother, who's Templar Sergeant, tunic, leather gloves, leather boots, a green hood, and a leather coif. Iron Spartha, Templar kite shield, pretty basic, very, very basic stuff. Then we go across to the Sergeant. He gets an upgrade, and his sword. I think that's the same spear. And a little bit of an upgrade on his armor. There isn't much between the 2 tiers. So you've got their body armor 13 at tier 3. Sorry, 18 at tier 3, sorry. That one's 15. So when you go up, you're only gaining an extra 3 points of armor. There's not much in it. But then after tier 3, we get to Crusader. So I will try to go for a mix of chainmail and plate. Go for the look, even though his beard's poking out of his chainmail there. So he gets the Ambassador, which is a one-handed sword, Templar shield, thin fine steel hewing spear, which I think is an Azarai weapon. So that's basically what they get. They get the next sort of tier up of Templar armor, and then the Lemelar, and then the male shoes, and then we've got the Knight. He gets the Knightly Arming Sword, Templar Shield, Noble Cavalry Lance, the Great Helmet, and then plate. So this is from the Swadian Armory, the plate armory. So they get plate gloves, plate boots, plate gorget. Their armor is Templar Grandmaster armor, which is not as good as the plate armor, but I didn't want to put plate armor because Crusaders didn't traditionally use plate armor They were in the desert for a lot of the time they were out there, so it didn't really make sense for them to be in effectively a kettle. From what I understand, anyway. I'm not a historian. Take whatever I say with a grain of salt. And then on the cavalry side, we have light cavalry, who are chainmailed up. We have heavy cavalry, which get a little bit of a pimp on their gear, and they also get chainmail for the horse. And then we have the mounted knights, which is basically the exact same setup as the knights, apart from they're on horseback. And then when I find a castle, I'll show you the other troop, which is the elite troop. Not from here, we won't. Right, we got 10 men. That's all we need.
We've got no quarrel with you.
Did we just run across that water? We did.
Under my command.
Now I want to show you something.
Move.
They're quite a ways away. But if I press this button, now that, to me, looks better. It also makes it a bit more challenging, because I can no longer press a button to see where the enemy is. I'm relying on where I can actually see them. Now this, to me, like, not from an immersion perspective, but just from a gameplay perspective, especially in the battles that I was fighting in the test playthrough I was doing,
Kill them all.
I was having to really concentrate and pay attention to where people were. Guys got pwned by a bunch of guys in dressing gowns. By the way, those dressing gowns that the Acolytes are wearing, it's the Templar robes. They offer like 5 armor, so it's in no way sort of giving us any sort of advantage than being in that gear. If anything, it's a disadvantage. They were better pieces of armor. Oh, I went with a theme. I'm trying to keep things themed. Ah, here we go. So now we've got our elite troops. So for the elite troops, there are 2-handed weapon wielders. So we start out with a brute, who's got the Templar Sergeant tunic and some base armor. The hood's not very good, neither are the gloves or boots. I've tried to balance the equipment as best I can. But let me know if you guys think I've made anything too powerful or whatever, and then we can amend it. And I've not gone it from anything above a tier 5. So I haven't put any tier 6, because you can go like 6, 7, 8, I think, in the thing. You can just keep going. But I've not done that. I've kept everybody quite around tier 5, I think. So then they go up to a swordsman. The reason they got an axe and then they go to a sword is because there are no tiers 0 to 2. There's no swords. There's only the Sparth axe. That's the only 2-handed weapon available. So I just kind of had to improvise a little bit. And again, they've got the Templar armor, some chainmail, and an iron broadsword. Then they go up to Executioner, who gets some more plate. So they get the Lemelar armor. Is that plate or Lemelar? It is Lemelar, but meh. The Justica, which is a weapon I've never seen before, but that's the only 2-handed sword in that sort of weapon tier, so it is what it is. And they got some throwing daggers, and then Exalted Knight. I'm not sure about the throwing spears. I was just going to not give them any and just have them just purely with a 2-handed sword. And again, it's the exact same setup as the Knight, and the only difference is it's got a Damascus Steel 2-hander and some Jarids, as opposed to a sword and shield. That's pretty much our troop offering. And it took me like a day and a half to put that together. Just saying. But we're not going to pick any of those up at the moment because we can't afford them. I've got 10 dudes. What I need to do is fight some bandits, make some money, and then do some hideouts. Because 10 dudes is all you need to do a hideout. Jarmaris doesn't have a tournament on, which is unfortunate. Let's check out Rote. Also doesn't have a tournament on. Okay. Amatadis. I am looking out for bandit units as we run around. Can't chase the smaller ones though, we're not fast enough. We don't have the horses. Hello. Where'd you go?
You best back off.
We should
On my command!
get enough XP from this one to get the rest of the guys leveled up.
Forward! Forward!
Damn, tree was in the way.
Footmen, attack!
I'm just going to run into them to knock some of them over.
Victory!
Yeah, baby!
We won!
Okay, take the stuff. The troop screen didn't come up because everybody died. We'll grade them all up to brothers. Done. At this point, we can probably do Mountain Bandit and potentially Forest Bandit hideouts. I wouldn't want us to be doing what's it? I wouldn't want us to be doing Sea Raiders because they would probably chop us to pieces, in all fairness. So we'll stick around away from those guys for now. We're out of food, so let's get some of that. We'll get something more exciting a bit later on. I don't need anything apart from horses. 247 for a Midlands Palfrey, that's a bit expensive. It's not expensive. I'm being cheap. I'll take 3. That's fine. If we can find another tournament to do, we'll come back and buy some more horses from there, because 243 is not a bad price. 7 Mountain Bandits, we could probably take them. There's 2 cavalry. Scratch that. We'll lose guys on that one. 14 looters, that might be a good run. Let's go to the arena. Legionary Cape. It's probably 1,000. Oh. Oh no. Well, that was interesting. 4-way fight. Let's let it play out. There's no use in us taking unnecessary risks. Although we could do with that cataphract being taken out first. Oh, here he comes. He heard me talking. Oh, he's changed his mind. That's good. Damn it. I'm not out though, we did survive the round. Uh-oh. Hey! Playing it safe here and letting him exhaust his throwing weapons on me. Good effort, lad. Now me and you will duke it out for the win. Oh, he fainted me.
I'll tear your limbs!
Oof. Almost had me then. I really should try and replace this potato sack with something more substantial. Let's get us to... Oh, even cheaper horses. I mean, that would be nice, but I think we need to shore up our chesticles. Leather tunic could be fine, that spends half the money. And then we'll grab a couple of horses. We'll pay 4. We made some money off the betting anyway. Probably got another one actually. Pay 200. Yeah, that's good. We're still running solo, so it doesn't really impact us that much. To be low on funds. We're not running solo at all. We've got 10 dudes with us. Talking up my butt. We're doing that a lot today. We can win it, but we'll lose guys. That much is almost certain. So if we go in, we're definitely going to lose some bodies, but we take them out, get the bodies that we have got upgraded, but then I'll have to find new bodies. Why not? Let's just get it done.
You best back off.
Under my orders!
So I'm going to deliberately set them back. And I'm going to see if I can break this group out a little bit. If I can force them to spread out. That's 13.
Infantry, attack!
Try and keep these guys away from the main group while they take care of them. Whoa. We lost a guy. Did we only lose one? Ah. I tried. I kept like half of them away from them. But apparently it still wasn't enough. So 6 out of 8 are ready for upgrades. We'll get them upgraded straight away. But again, this is our stage in the upgrade where they don't really get that much. Now, undo that. Yeah, loot's aren't worth anything. We'll take the loot. We'll recruit some more bodies. So we can take on the bigger groups. I'll take all of these guys because they're probably going to die. Sparta with narrow fallout. Oh, that's a good sword to find this early in the game. So that Pagerius is a problem. Apart from that, we don't really have anybody in here that would be too tough to handle. I would have the cataphract coming straight after me. Dodged your way right into that one, pal. Oh, oh, oh. Go on, lads. Go on. You got it. You got it. Oh, that was a poorly timed dodge there. Oh. Oh, you got styled on. Almost, fella. Almost. Oh, Oh. Cheeky little stab. No, I wanted the shield, not two swords. Bro dodged his way into a tag team. Oh, oh, God, he got me. Mercy kill? Nah, he did. Alright, as much as I want to keep this weapon, it is very valuable. 224. The reason I'm hesitating is having a good weapon to use increases your skills exponentially. So the more damage you can deal, the more experience you're going to generate and the faster you're going to level up. So having a good sword to fight from horseback with would actually be a very good thing right now. But horses will enable us to chase down bandits better. I mean, I could sell the arming sword. What do I get for that? 300? I mean, that's something at least. That's still 100 long, isn't it? 103, yeah. So get rid of that. Pay 500. I don't mind paying 1,000. 1,500 is fine. Gives us 14 horses for 16 men. That should make us quite fast. It's fine. So now we should be able to basically capture any bandit group we see, as well as hideouts. So could you check in the taverns? See somebody with good, not you. Might come back for you though.
Hey, you! What you got in your bags? What you carrying?
Yeah. You can't take 24. Absolutely not. In fact, to be fair, we probably could have taken 24. Ooh. We landed on a winner here. 170 scouting. And he's got good archery skill as well, so he can lead the archers. There's an expense. That's fine. So we've got ourselves a scout, so we should be able to spot things from further away now. There we go, this is the kind of thing we're looking for. Both of these kind of things, here we go. Excuse me, sir.
You got a problem?
On my command!
You can go with those guys.
Soldiers, move!
Oh, he's on horseback. Maybe not then.
Cavalry! Infantry! Move! Cavalry sergeants in charge.
He can go and do his thing. We can cut down 2 or 3 of them. That'll be good. These boys do not miss.
Infantry charge.
Ow.
The day is ours! Show them!
4 out of 7 are ready for upgrade. That's fine. Well, interested in taking looters as prisoners. We'll pop him in with the infantry for now. So because I don't really have cavalry to send him with. It's just kind of like, what do you want me to do?
We're just up.
This should be a straightforward send the infantry in to run them down, but we'll see.
Soldiers! Footmen! Charge!
I had my shield up and he still hit me in the chest. Oh, hit me in the shoulder. Okay.
The day is
Oh dear. I'm not interested in looters. Done. What's our wage bill? 79. That's not too bad at all. Really do we finding some
back off straight.
hideouts. They're a great source of early money.
On my command! Troops, move! Footmen! Give them hell! Everyone!
Hey? What have I managed to do here?
Everyone! Footmen! Sword! Infantry! Infantry, move! Infantry!
Seem to have done messed up.
Move! Infantry! Charge!
Now, there is a school of thought that says that the best troops that you can have early game is 10 to 15 archers, and I do not disagree with this statement. They are much more efficient than the infantry, and you'll suffer a lot less losses. But they would have taken care of these guys without breaking a sweat. The problem comes when you run hideouts with archers, it can result in losses. So especially this early on when you're not very well equipped as a character, I find it better to have the infantry that I can then take to run the hideouts with me. And then those guys will pay for themselves quite quickly. Right, all 15 of these guys now get upgraded to sergeant. They're a bit stronger, a bit more capable. But I haven't actually seen any hideouts to even run. If we tag these guys, unfortunately those 2 armies are going to be with us. Oh no, they've disappeared. That's fine.
We're just armless traps.
On my command! Troops! Soldiers! Forward!
I don't have many skills to pass on to them, but they can have what I've got. Come on.
Infantry! Kill them all!
Oh, I killed him. We have officially exceeded the skill level of looters. Nice. 6 of the 15 are ready for upgrade. Next upgrade is Crusader, and then they become quite tough.
We're not looking for...
But they also become quite expensive. So, as much as I would like
My order! Soldier forward!
to get some upgrades done,
Infantry! Attack!
there is the question of money and whether or not we can afford it. Ten out of 15. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere.
Yeah? What?
Cleaning the streets up, boys. One group at a time.
Move! Soldier! Charge!
I can tag one of the doors again. Oh, he survived. Oh, we got a wounded. Oh, it's the companion guy. All 15 are ready. It's going to cost us 750 just for the upgrades. I think we've got enough loot to warrant that kind of spend right now. But then our daily costs gone up. So now we're no longer mulling around with pockets full of money. Now it's like we have to be a bit intentional with where we're moving, because we don't really have the funds to keep not having a purpose to our movement. Old Sumpter horse, that can go. I shall have a think on where we go next. I was hoping we would have run into some hideouts by now, but that's just not happened, which is unfortunate. I thought I said 41 there. I was about to say, what? I think we leave the army at the size that it's at. 16 Crusaders is more than enough to deal with anything we'll run into early doors. We could probably start doing some quests now. So I really need to start thinking about which area we would like to go to. If we can find some extortion by deserters, poacher quests and things like that, that'll be good. That'll be a good little money maker. Rival gang, that's not really going to do anything for us. But we'll have a scout out and see what we can find in the next episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the start of this new series, and I shall see you in the next one.